Well, hello there, my dear students. It's a pleasure to see you again. I hope you are having a great time and, of course, sharing with your family in this important moment of our life. Today's class, guys, is very interesting. We are going to discuss about the importance or the difference between a green action and a non-green action is. So we can call them eco-friendly actions as well. I'm going to give you some vocabulary, some important ideas to continue offsetting our carbon footprint. Remember, our carbon footprint is the amount of greenhouse gases produced by an individual or organization during a specific period of time. What is the other topic? Adverbs. In this case, we are going to reinforce our vocabulary skills and, of course, writing, speaking, to communicate and continue reinforcing our English process, okay? Goals. So from now on, we are going to show you the goals because it's very important that you know what is the objective of the class in this case. So the first one is identify the best ideas to offset carbon footprints. As I've told you before, offset is just decrease to get less and less, and carbon footprints is just the contamination, the amount of greenhouse gases that we as human beings emit to our atmosphere or our nature, okay? Describe new ideas for eco-friendly actions. So the idea is that you continue working with the activity that I'm going to send you by Saber System is going to be about just adding new ideas for describing simple actions to conserve, to take care of our environment. Finally, identify and distinguish adverb types. So, as I told you before, this is going to be about vocabulary and to reinforce English language skills, okay? We are going to see type of adverbs just like manner, time, place, and even frequency, okay? We are going to start with the difference between green and non-green action, okay? When you say green, yes, you say that is environmentally friendly. So the term is applied to systems and products that save energy directly or indirectly in this case. So we have this little picture with a tree. The three R's, green energies, and not consume. So not fossil fuels. The idea is to continue preserving our nature. Okay. On the other hand, we have non-green actions. So it's gonna be environmentally unfriendly. This is gonna be relating to products or services that are bad for the environment, and of course they damage our nature, our atmosphere, and they produce, as we know recently, global warming, climate change, and all of that, and damages to our important lifestyle involving green actions according to our planet Earth, okay? So the idea is to practice a little bit with the situation. So I have some pictures right here. As you can see, the idea is established. So like a versus situation. We have green or not green. We are going to analyze the pictures and we are going to decide, and we are going to write G for green actions or not, and G for not green actions. Okay. As you can see, in this case, this woman is drinking water from a disposable water bottle. Okay. Whereas this man is using a reusable water bottle in this case. So what do you think is the green and not green action? If you were thinking about, in this case, and G for this, you were totally right, because as she's using plastic and she's generating more trash, so this is considered as a not green action. But in this case, this man is reusing the bottle, and it's very useful for our environment because we don't consume plastic. You know, plastic is just like the main enemy of our nature. Okay, let's continue. Here we have traffic jam, pollution, smog, and of course, and fossil fuels and born. But here we have a family riding back to school. They are taking a walk or just going to work. So what do you think? Green, not green? If you were thinking about this, you were totally right. So in this case, not green and G, because this is public transportation. So this is not green activity. But on the other hand, this situation is very useful because they are not producing any, contamination or something that can damage environment in this case. Finally, we have two women. In this case, she's using reusable bags to do the shopping, but she's using plastic bags to go to the supermarket. What do you think? This is very simple. Yes, you were right. So this is green because she's reusing these bags, and this is not green because she's generating even more plastic. Look how many bags she has in this case. Okay, guys, as you see, this is a simple situation. When I send you the activity, you're gonna have and some other pictures, and the idea is that you continue adding more information to these green or not green actions. Adverb types. Okay, so I made this short in order to explain you in a simple way the kind of adverbs and of course the examples. So let's start. So we have here manner. So tell us the way something happens, the mode, in this case the conditions when you in this case make an action. So usually they go after the main verb or after the object. Let's check the example. Hunter, so this is our unit about paws and claws, pets. So Hunter ran past happily towards his food. In this case, the adverb of manner and is placed just after the main verb. Or we have the other example, Hunter ran towards his food happily. In this case, after the object. The object in this case is his food, so we use happily at the end. Place. Tell us where, when you talk about place is where, and go at the end of a sentence. So look at the example. Sean, come here. So here is the place adverb, and we put it just at the end of the sentence. Time. Tell us when, very important, and go either at the beginning or end of a sentence. So the examples. I'm taking Speedy to the vet tomorrow. So in this case, we're placing it just at the end. Or in the other example, tomorrow, at the beginning of the sentence, I'm taking Speedy to the vet. Finally, we have the frequency adverb. These are just like time adverbs too. Let's check the example. Are a kind of adverb of time. They tell us how often something happens and go before verbs, with the exception of to be. So, with the rest of the verbs, you're going to use it when? Before. But if you're going to use the verb to be, is after. Let's check the examples. In this case, is fit the main verb, so it's not to be. So you're putting usually right before the main verb. I usually feed my cat at night. And here is another example, but you're using verb to be. In this case, you're going to put it after. So my dog is always nice. Look guys, very important. But if those adverbs tell us exactly how often they usually go at the end. For example, I bathe him twice a year. So if it's very specific and they are doing how often, you are going to use it at the end of the sentence. As you can see, it's very simple. The situation is this just short for you to continue practicing in the English language. Okay, let's practice a little bit. The idea is rewrite these sentences with the adverbs that you have in parentheses. Okay, let's continue. A. The majority of dogs are adopted from animal shelters, and you have to rewrite the sentence with often. Often is a time adverb. Let's check. If you were thinking about this answer, you were totally right. So let's check it. The majority of dogs are often adopted from animal shelters. As you're using verb to be, you place the adverb just right after the main verb, in this case, verb to be. Let's check the next one. B. Hamsters are delicate animals, so their water must be changed constantly. Okay. If you work constantly, what do you think is? Is something about time too? So if you were thinking about this, you were totally right. Hamsters are delicate animals, so their water must be constantly changed. So we're using just before, just the object and verb to be in this case. Finally, C. A balanced diet is important to your dog's overall health. Critically is the adverb. Okay, let's check a little bit. Guys, it's simple. So here it is. A balanced diet is critically important to your dog's overall health. So as you can see, it's very simple, the exercise, guys, because the idea is to continue improving our level of English. Continue, guys, practicing, participate, and remember the most important is communicating, producing. And guys, that's it. That's all for today, my dear friends. Okay? Thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this class. Have a great day. Bye. See you soon.